I supposed to do? Go, hooray! The Chicago Bears won the game! Hooray! They close out the season with a victory! Hooray! Way to finish it off with a good taste in everybody's mouth! Ah! Celebrating a win like this today that brings the Bears' season to a close with a record of 8-8 against a team of second unit guys from the Vikings. They're freaking backups. There was no Thielen, no Diggs, no Dalvin Cook, no Kirk Cousins, no Danielle Hunter. You know, their best players. And the Bears barely won. Celebrating this or thinking anything positively out of this is just a representation of the standardization of the mediocrity that is this whack-ass Chicago Bears organization. The hell you got to celebrate today? Trubisky averaging like 5.6 yards per attempt through the air? What did he do? David Montgomery had over 100 yards on the ground. That's great. They're playing against a bunch of backups. Would have been nice if we saw a more consistent commitment to the running game throughout the course of the damn year. But of course we didn't because Matt Nagy's a fool. I mean, for crying out loud, they struggled to win a game where Sean Mannion, former third-round pick disappointment from Oregon State, Sean Mannion, Brandon Cooks' old running buddy back in the day, Sean Mannion was the quarterback. And a former undrafted running back from Cincinnati named Mike Boone went off for almost 150 damn yards. And even with the Bears getting a couple of early turnovers from the aforementioned Mike Boone, it perfectly epitomizes who the Bears are offensively and as a team, that they get 2 turnovers handed to them, and they manage to get exactly 6 points out of them. If that ain't the Bears, I don't know what the hell is. You get a safety, and then here you are, still in the fourth quarter, with less than 5 minutes to go. Lucky that you didn't give up a touchdown for the Vikings to take the lead. You just gave up a field goal, so it made it a 1-point game. The fact is, the Bears were playing all the starters they had available to them. In the last game of the season, in a game that meant absolutely nothing for the Minnesota Vikings, and it was represented by the fact that so many of their key players were sat out this game to rest. And the Bears had to pull together a late fourth quarter drive just to get into damn field goal position to win the game. What's a positive from this? Eddie Pinheiro went 4 for 4 for field goals today? Great! The quarterback still sucks. And even the defense, you got to look at them. Like Khalil Mack, Leonard Floyd, if you weren't going to be bothered to want to play in today's game, then why didn't you just ask to sit out? Because where the hell were you? Double team my ass. Khalil Mack's supposed to be the difference maker. Khalil Mack's supposed to be that dude. He better play like it in 2020 or his ass can hit the bricks too. And Leonard Floyd, if Ryan Pace sits there and actually picks up his 5th-year option and devotes $13 million to a 4 to 5 sack run-stuffing edge rusher, then he deserves to be run out of frickin' town. Because at that point, he's proven it's more about his ego and not wanting to give up on his former first-round picks than it is about doing basic, sensible football decisions. He should be run out of town anyways, but you know, of course, he won't. And what gets lost in the shuffle of this lost crap season is Allen Robinson almost got to 100 receptions. Not even a Pro Bowl alternate. How the hell does that happen? Like, I know you look at numbers and so on and so forth, but you got to look at numbers relative to situation. And the numbers that Allen Robinson has put up in the situation that he has been immersed in this season is equitable to any other receiver in the damn league. Any of them! Any of them! And the fact that he's not a Pro Bowler, let alone a Pro Bowl starter, is an absolute crying shame and a joke. Now, what's really a joke when it comes to poor Allen Robinson is the 6 years of his NFL career have been wasted with Blake Bortles and even worse Blake Bortles, Mitchell Trubisky. If I was him, I'd be sitting there threatening to hold out for more damn money, which the Bears might end up giving them to try and free up some more cap space now anyways. I'd be trying to demand a trade. Get the hell out of there. Go to a team that actually has a real quarterback so that way you can achieve your true potential. You look at this team and you say, the quarterback who already wasn't very good last year significantly regressed this year. Like, it wasn't a little regression. It was significant regression, even from his already average mediocre performance in 2018. How does that happen? Sure, that's on the QB, but that's also on the play caller, who is also the damn head coach. Like, I don't see how Bears fans can think this win was a positive. Whoopee, you beat the division rival of the Vikings. Remember when they did it last year in Week 17 in Minnesota? You remember that? The Bears technically didn't really have much to play for, unless the Rams were going to surprisingly lose in Week 17, which they didn't. But the Bears went out there and they won against the Vikings team that had everything to play for. This year, the Bears have nothing to play for. The Vikings have nothing to play for. As a result, they're resting a lot of their key starters and their best players. The Bears are playing everybody that they got available, and they barely won the damn game. When you look at this performance today, if anything, as a Bears fan, it should make you sick. This should have been one of those easy cakewalk 3-touchdown victories. Oh, 3 touchdowns. Teams can score 3 touchdowns in the NFL nowadays? You wouldn't know that if you're a Bears fan. You could say it should have been a blowout. They should have shut that offense down totally. Again, almost gave up 150 yards rushing to Mike freaking Boom. If anything, a performance like today's should show you just how much drastic change is needed in Chicago. Because if you roll into 2020 with Mitchell Trubisky as your unquestioned starting quarterback, Matt Nagy as both your play caller and head coach, Ryan Pace as your general manager, and Ted Phillips as your team president, why would anybody in that organization, why would anybody else in that locker room talking about the players here have any respect or any fear of consequences or anything like that whatsoever? Have any expectations of performance at all? Your quarterback sucks. The quicker you move on, the better. But you know they won't. Matt Nagy's shown he's not the guy this year. You only have Vic Fangio to cover for your ass this go round, and it showed. The offense got dramatically worse under the so-called quarterback whisperer, the offensive guru. Remember when that happened a few years ago with Mark Trestman? He got fired after 2 years. But yeah, because you had one 12-4 fluke season, which was predominantly due to the defense. You just gotta stubbornly cling on. The GM, who got the quarterback wrong, who got the head coach wrong, who's built the team that's went to the playoffs once in 5 years. Oh, he took over, it was terrible, and the rebuild. Well, maybe the rebuild wouldn't have taken 4 years to get the playoffs, you jerks, if he was better at his damn job. And then Ted Phillips, from the stupid Soldier Field stadium deal. Oh, we don't want to put a roof over Soldier Field because that's not Bears football. I don't give a crap about Bears football. I want to see winning football. And they sold a bunch of you clowns and naive nincompoop idiots this line because they want to fork over a little extra dough to put a damn retractable roof over freaking Soldier Field. Instead, it looks like a spaceship took a shit in the Roman Coliseum. Meanwhile, the city misses out on millions upon millions upon millions of dollars that would have paid off many times over for both the city and the Bears in terms of Final Fours they don't get to host, Super Bowls they don't get to host, WrestleManias they don't get to host, other major concerts and events in the wintertime that they don't get to host. It's bad enough. You have to sit here and look at this mediocrity year in and year out, and we're supposed to accept it like it's okay. 8 playoff appearances in 30 years, only 6 of them post-Ditka, is not acceptable. So, if no drastic change is made, then it is showing to you the commitment to mediocrity on the midway. And at that point in time, it either proves to you one or two things. That nothing will change until either A, Virginia McCaskey dies, or B, the McCaskey family sells the damn team to somebody that gives a crap about winning. Another year, another waste of our damn time. Today's game should have shown you how badly big changes are needed. Yet so many of you are going to be so damn gullible. Oh, you got to give him one more year. You don't have to give him anything. He's had 5 years, Ryan Pace has. Nagy's supposed to be the offensive genius. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Mitch has had 3 years. Patience my ass. That doesn't work when you see what Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and freaking Deshaun Watson are doing in the league. Patience my ass. Bro, gotta go. And none of it will change. Nothing will happen. And we'll be right back here having the same type of conversation again in 2020. And you know it's true. So glad this disappointment of a season is over. And it's my fault. Because I knew better. I actually, for a split second, suspended my disbelief and got a little bit emotionally invested. Going against my logic and good common sense and instincts as a Bears fan. I knew better. I knew better. But damn it all, just for once, I wanted to be naive enough to believe, like so many of the other Bear fan idiots that are out there. Well, you can put a stop to that. That gravy train's over. From now on, call it as I see it, like I have been. And the way I look at it, the more Bears fans that disagree with me probably means the more right I am. And that's what history has proven out to be true. The hell with this win. He even hurts their draft position in the second round. I think his organization just can't get right for any damn thing. It's ridiculous. Goodbye, 2019, and thank God.